Hey, Isaiah here at Lancaster County Marine. Today we're in our back showroom here looking at a popular Old Town model for us. This was just introduced about a year ago. This is the Sportsman Salty. If you're looking for a budget-friendly pedal fishing kayak that's made here in the United States that we can be proud of, this is an awesome boat that comes in at $18.99 US and just gives you a lot of bang for your buck as a fisherman. So a lot of guys come in our store and they want a fishing kayak for pedals, but they're like, don't want to spend $2,000-$3,000 and they want to get something that's more basic. They're going to take a couple rods out. If you're just simply fishing with a couple fishing rods, you're just kind of hitting the water for a few hours, this is the perfect boat to look at. So let's take a look at all the features the Sportsman Salty has to offer. We're going to start by talking about the comfort of this boat. As a fisherman, you got to have a comfortable seat. This seat in this boat is a lawn chair style seat that is specific to the Sportsman line. A lot of the Sportsman line kayaks you're going to find, like the Sportsman 106 PDL, 120 PDL, they're going to use a seat similar to this. Also, looking at the boat, another point to make is it's very similar to the Ocean Kayak Malibu PDL. It is the same identical hull and mold that they use on this, but in the Sportsman lineup, we have two funky fresh colors in the Ember camo as shown, and they make a photic camo, which is more your teals, greens, grays, blacks. So seat comfort's awesome in this. The nice thing about this seat is that you can trim it to make it fit for your leg length. So like a bicycle, when you're pedaling this kayak, you don't want to be hyperextended on your leg. You don't want to be fully stretched out. We want to have a slight bend to our knee is what that means. So to adjust that on the seat right here, when you pick up, the seat has slider basically. It can slide on there. The other thing is the seat can fully come off the boat if you lift up on those retractable knobs and just slide the seat off the front right there. You can remove it from the boat. So nice thing there. The seat also has a storage compartment underneath here that you can put a tackle tray in. Coming standard in the Sportsman line, you will get a simple tackle box with the boat. So that can stow right underneath there. Underneath the seat, another point in making here, on this boat is the only storage compartment, because again we're trying to, this boat, the Salty, is kind of a more basic fishing kayak with pedals. We have a storage compartment right underneath there, so that'll give you the ability to store some gear in and also run some wiring for electronics if you would do that on a boat like this. And you can see our seat just kind of sits back on, and they have two buckles on there used to hold the seat down in place so it's not flopping around on you when you're on the water. Other important things to note, let's talk about the PDL drive. This is the other big part and piece to this boat. So the nice things about this is the warranty on the drive standard from Old Town is 5 years. This drive was built and engineered on work from Minn Kota engineers. Old Town is owned by Johnson Outdoors, who also owns Minn Kota. So those guys, they really put their efforts together to make a quality pedal drive in a fishing kayak. The impressive thing, when you look at the lower unit underneath the boat down there, when you check this out down here, what you're going to notice is it's very similar in design and looks to what a outboard motor would look like on a power boat. So it's built to really withstand a lot of abuse and take a lot of stress, which you can put it in. Nice thing about the drive system, you can go from forward to reverse in no time at all. So we'll show that there. There's forward, there's reverse. Old Town uses a fantastic gear ratio. It's very simple to operate this drive system. And again, built in the United States, you really don't get much better. Other things on the drive system, when you open this compartment up right here, storage for your wallet, cell phone, and keys right inside there. You also notice little things like they put a little shock cord here in case you want to throw fishing pliers under that in front of you. You have 3 locking knobs on here. When you unlock that knob, you can bring the motor up to a position where if you're in shallow water and you need to reach for a paddle, you could do that. Also, you have 2 collars up here that when you loosen these collars right there, you can remove the drive system right off of the boat. So very simple to operate and use the drive. Other features on this boat, you have a rudder system that's going to do the steering. So, you know, power steering on this is all done at your left hand right here. where the steering knob is. But to get the rudder down, you can see we have a rudder on the back here, and deploying the rudder works right here. So when we go for that, we can deploy the rudder straight down. Steering, like I said, at your left hand, you have a steering knob. Left goes left, right goes right. And their new steering knob system that Old Town has in this boat has a friction knob, so you can adjust how much tension is on the steering knob that you're gonna feel. Steer it centered, and you can bring the rudder right back up on the deck. And there is a bungee back here for transportation purposes that you can keep that rudder stowed. Other features you're gonna have on this boat that are engineered pretty cool. So, fishing aspect. You have 3 rod holders on here, 2 flush mounts behind the seat, and these all these flush mounts, as you probably already know, are angled. So these 2, when you put the rods in, they angle back and away on both sides. Also, let's move around that side of the boat because there's a little hidden rod holder right there. That thing is exactly what you need as a fisherman. If you've ever fished from a kayak, you know how important it is to have a rod holder right where you're sitting for when you have a fish on the line and you need to get them off. This is slightly angled front as well. So all the rod holders angle in different directions, so your lines tend to not get tangled. That's what we're aiming for as a fisherman. Other things you've got here, you have a paddle clip on the side here that you can always keep your paddle stowed, and that has a safety strap, so we're not going to lose the paddle or have it float away from us. Handles on this boat. Old Town has incorporated side grab handles on both sides. You'll notice on the back, the handle's offset to one side there because of the rudder. And we also have a handle up front at the bow. In front of the bow handle, there is a drain plug. This is for condensation if you choose to clean out the inside of the hull. Guys down in Florida, when you're using these boats, you know what I mean about humidity and what it can do to your kayaks. So you know how important that drain plug is right there. Other features, when we're looking at the cockpit area of the boat right here, EVA padding on the deck here. So it's you're not gonna slide, let's put it that way. So nice grippy surface for your shoes or your bare feet to grab a hold of and stand up. It's also, the EVA padding is very quiet if you're going to step onto the boat. You don't get all that sound you get when your shoe hits the plastic boat. On either side, very important to note, we have gear tracks. Those gear tracks look to be about 16-inch gear tracks. They're very large and will accept your Yak Attack yak gear. Hobie has an accessory line. There's a bunch of accessory companies that you can buy and put accessories in there. Other things, so about the actual boat, let's talk what you don't see on the deck here, which would be the underside. Underside of this boat, couple features to note that are really cool. If you're going to add a fish finder onto this boat, there is a pocket underneath here. You see where my hand is right there? That is it. Why do they make that pocket so big? That pocket is big because fishermen, again, you guys know when you buy those fish finders that the side scanning technology, if you use one of those side scanning transducers, those transducers measure to be about 6 to 8 inches long, so you need to have a big pocket to mount it. It's got a nice little plate there to mount it to, and the hole up here on the deck is where the wiring for your transducer can come up through. You would just need to grab a through-hull wiring kit to make it clean and flush to send the wiring into the boat, but that's a very simple addition that you can do to this boat. Let's talk about performance on the water quickly of this boat. This boat measures to be 34.5 inches wide, which again, a very stable width. 34-inch wide is what most popular kayaks in the market, the Hobie Compass, Hobie Outback. Again, those are really solid fishing kayaks right there that are really untippable. So, and I say that, I know you guys, somebody has tipped them, but they are very stable boats. So 34, anytime you go 34 or wider, it's a very stable size for sit on top. Other things to note, if you look at the upsweep on this boat, at the bow and the stern, we can call that by another name. It would be called the rocker on this boat. That's how much flare we have in the bow and the stern. So why do they do that on this boat? This boat is designed that if you were to go out in the ocean and fish, or let's say you're fishing on your lake, and I was talking to a guy earlier today, how much popularity the wake surfing sport has, and how you're dealing with boat wake now when you're on your lakes. When you're dealing with that, it's nice to have a boat that has that upsweep to the bow and stern, because as that wave crashes into you, the boat naturally, what does it want to do? When something comes in like this, it wants to ride over the top of it. So that is what the design of this particular Salty is set up for. The Salty is made in one length. You have a 12-foot boat right here. So that is a complete overall walkthrough of the Sportsman Salty built by Old Town. Built in the United States product. You guys are going to love this boat if you get it on the water and use it. Give our store a call, Lancaster County Marine. Our phone number is 717-859-1121. Or you can visit us on our website, lcmboating.com, and learn more about our store. Contact our store during this time if you're looking to pick up a kayak. And thank you so much for watching our videos. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. For all the viewers that are already subscribers that have been kind of encouraging me, sending me messages to do videos, I appreciate the encouragement. I apologize we haven't gotten more videos out and sooner. This COVID has been an absolute crazy time for our store here. In the powerboat industry, it seems like all the powerboats we get in are sold, as well as the kayaks that come in and go very quickly. So it's very important, guys, if you are looking at one of our videos and you see something you're interested in, reach out to our store, let us know. We'll do our best to get you a product. And right now we are shipping as well in a high volume. Guys, thanks for watching.